And now just to head down to our second viewing area. Second doesn't mean second best. If you do have any prams, take them down there with you and then just park them to the back of the group once you get down there. Come on through guys, just head down the pathway to your right. And if you do have any prams or pushes, if you could just park them to the back of you once you get down there, that would be swell.
Make sure you don't get any people away so they can see too.
Alrighty, looks like that is everyone. So welcome along and welcome to our barn paddock here at Melbourne Zoo. It's my great pleasure to introduce you to baby Marley. Being born on the 16th of January, she's now just over 2.5 months old and she is growing very rapidly. When she was first born, she weighed in at 110 kilograms and just 2.5 months later, she's now over 207 kilograms. So she is growing very quickly. She's not necessarily growing any taller, but she is growing a lot rounder. So she's growing into a nice, robust little elephant. Now Marley was born at 1:10 a.m. in the morning, and this is actually quite a normal time for elephants to be born, particularly out in the wild, as that shroud of darkness actually gives them a little bit of time to adjust to walking around on their legs, start getting used to their trunk, gives some time for their eyes to adjust to the light, and that just means that if the herd does need to move off at the break of day, then the baby elephant is ready to head off with them. So, of course, we can't neglect to mention the other two elephants that are in there. It's not all about baby Marley. Of course, Mum Dokoon, that's who she's hiding underneath at the moment, has gone through quite an arduous task, going through a 22-month gestation and, of course, giving birth to a 110-kilogram baby. I think that's a pretty mean feat and not something to be taken lightly. I can feel all the mothers in the group sympathising with that. So Dokoon's done a fantastic job of adjusting to her role as a new mum, and she's proving to be quite a protective and caring mum to little baby Marley. And the other elephant on the right hand side, that's Met Kapar. She's 37 years old, so she's the oldest elephant that we have here at the zoo. And she's also done a great job of adjusting to her new role of having a little one around and acting as a bit of an auntie to little Marley. So given that Marley is our first baby in our 147-year history, granted Met Kapar didn't have a lot of experience with little elephants, so we weren't quite sure how she'd take to that role, but she's done a fantastic job. Now whilst Marley is quite adventurous, she doesn't like to stray too far from Mum's legs. That's probably about the furthest away you'll see her. You can see she's exploring what's on that rock at the moment. She's really curious and inquisitive and likes to find out everything that's going on in the paddock and usually try and eat it. So she is teething at the moment. All 4 of her teeth are coming through, which means that shortly she will start to move on to solid foods. At the moment she's still just drinking Mum's milk. Mum's producing about 14 litres of milk every single day. So you can imagine it's pretty exhausting work for Dokoon being a new mum. Now here at the zoo we keep quite a natural social structure for elephants, in that the male is a solitary animal, so we've got Bong Su, our male, he's over in his bachelor pad on his own, and the females are much more social animals and they like to hang out together. So we've got our group of females together. Kulab and Namoy are our other 2 female elephants. They're also having a bit to do with baby Marley, having some introductions with her and getting used to having her around. And in a matriarchal herd, there's always one elephant that's kind of the boss elephant, and that's the role that Met Kapar plays here, being our oldest and wisest elephant. She keeps the rest of them in line. Now it's pretty exciting times here at the zoo, as Kula, one of our other female elephants, is pregnant as well. So that's why it's really important that she's having some introductions with Marley and getting used to having a little one around, because very shortly she will have her own little one. So she's due in about August, September, which will be really exciting, as it'll mean Marley will have someone else to burn off all that extra energy with as she's running around the paddock. And if nothing else, it'll mean another long queue for you all. Speaking of queues, I'm sure you can appreciate there is quite a long one out there. So it is coming time where I'm going to have to ask you to put up your cameras, take off those last Kodak moments, take your last long lingering glance and bask in the glory that is Marley. And then I'm going to have to ask you to head on out opposite to the way that you came, down the pathway. As you head on out, you will get to meet Bong Su. Of course, none of this would have been possible without him, so make sure you say good day to him on your out. Give him a bit of a wave. And thanks for coming along today, guys. Happy Easter.